Okay, don't read anything into the title. I'm not implying anything is magic here. I just needed a title, and I'm not good at titles. So it's called a Hocus Pocus Crocus for no reason at all. I promise you. I just needed a title. So there you go. This is a crocus, obviously. I shot this the same place that I have shot many crocus flowers over the years, which is literally in my front yard. There's a little alcove that every year, it's right outside our house, and every year we get crocus flowers popping up. We've never planted them. We've never maintained them. They just show up every year, and almost every year I try and take a picture of them. I shot this the morning, it was a morning. It was a weekday morning. My kids were about to leave for school. I was about to leave for work. But you know what else? The sun was just about to come over the horizon. In fact, it had just crested the horizon. And I thought, I don't have time for a photo. Come on, I got to get to work. But, it usually doesn't hurt. So I grabbed my camera, and because I also had this voice that was telling me, maybe it is a good time for a photo. Maybe you do have time for a photo. And maybe you should just go out and try and see what you can do. So got my Nikon D750, my macro lens, went out and got this photo that you see here. And man, I'm so glad I did. I shot this at f8, which has kind of become my go-to aperture. When in doubt, just shoot at f8. And maybe you go wider, maybe you go smaller, but f8 is a good starting point when it comes to taking close-up shots like this. So I dialed in aperture of f8. This was, I always use auto ISO. So minimum shutter ended up at the 180th of a second, ISO 200, and then fixed that in Lightroom with AI denoise to make it look really nice and clean. But here's the cool thing about this photo. The yellow behind the flower is not more flowers. It's not. There might be one other flower in this shot, but there's only just like a dozen crocus flowers in this whole alcove. So that yellow is not more flowers. What it is the sunlight glowing on my neighbor's yard. And it's so cool. It looks like the whole yard is, it looks like this streak of yellow that I don't know, like what do you think that is? It's just sunlight reflecting on my neighbor's yard. It looks like it's more, but I promise you, that's all it is. I was there. I know what it is. But yet, it looks like, I don't know, like a yellow cloud or something. It's this cool effect that I don't recall seeing before. And it was the time of day with the super low sun on the horizon and a touch of dew on everything, but the grass. I think the grass was actually more of a brown than a yellow. It definitely wasn't yellow, but it's the light reflecting off it. So it just had this really cool effect. 5 minutes earlier, you wouldn't have got this. 5 minutes later, it had all gone away. So it was this really cool moment in time that I had no intention of capturing this flower like this. But I'm so glad I listened to that voice that was saying, just give it a try. You never know what's going to happen.